Hello, hi Monica. Hi. Okay. Hi, now. Hi Shrestha. Hi Irina. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me properly without
Yeah,
any
yeah.
lag? Yeah, but your
Yeah.
video is lagging a little bit, huh?
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Hello, beautiful.
Oh,
Shrestha is
wow.
saying. Hello, beautiful. To another beautiful. Hi, Amrita. Hi. Hello. Your video is lagging, Savitri, a little bit.
Really? Should I just try to log out and then log in again?
You're actually doing it in slow motion, Angreza types.
Oh
Dhire
my
dhire
God.
it's happening. Okay, I think now we can just continue. It's okay because
Okay.
I see my video to be without any lag, but I see your. Do you see my video being lagged?
No, 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 no. Yours seems fine. In
Yes.
fact, I
Hi,
can
Irina.
hear my echo. Yeah.
So, do you want to disconnect and join back? Maybe that is one thing you can do.
Okay, all right. So how do I disconnect? I'm like, this is like my first live. No clue
Um,
with that.
you can. Do you see a cross mark?
Mm, cross mark. Oh, yes,
Hi,
I see that. Yeah.
Ananya. Yeah, just cross that. You will be out of the live, and then again I'll send you request.
All right. All right.
Hello, everyone. I see a lot of people have joined. So happy to see all of you in this beautiful Sunday evening where we are going to discuss so many things. So, hi, Shubhabroto. Hi, Sareen, Shomodeep, Ananya, Irina. I see every lot of names there. Thank you. Let's just hold on for a minute while Shabitri joins back. Feel free to post your questions, comments as we start our discussion. All right. So today's session will be all on the Pride Month. So that's why we are all colorful. So just give me a minute. Can you
Hello.
still
Yeah.
echoing?
No.
Better. Okay. All right. Okay, I think there is still a little lag, but we can manage with that. That's okay. No problem. That will not be a problem. So for the
Technical issue.
audience, technical
Inclusion.
issue will always be there. Yeah,
Yeah.
all inclusive. Okay, so a very warm welcome to all our participants, all the viewers. Thank you so much for joining on a Sunday evening. And today our guest of honor is on the other side of the city, with Shabitri.
Oh my
And
God.
so
Thank you.
Shabitri, can you please?
It's a privilege to be here, to be honest. And I'm very happy to be here. I was quite skeptic, quite nervous how it's going to go, but thank you for having me. Means a lot.
Most welcome, and thank you for taking out the time to join today. So, for our viewers, can you quickly and very shortly can you introduce yourself a little bit so that they are aware?
Sure. So I am Shabitri. So I am a social worker and an educator. Besides that, I'm also pursuing my diploma course in dance movement therapy from Tata Institute of Social Science in collaboration with Kolkata Sanved. And besides that, like I'm also pursuing masters in psychology, and like trauma is something that is like my area of interest and very close to my heart. And yeah, and queer and proud. So yes, human being. You see?
Yes. So, as you can see, thank you, Irina. Irina is writing amazing to see you both. Thank you,
Wow,
Irina. So,
thank you.
As you can see, both of us are very colorful today because we are celebrating the Pride Month. So, today's topic of discussion is also love has no labels. So, before even we get into that topic of love has no labels, I think we can give a little bit of, an introduction about the pride flag. Thank you, Monica. I am wearing the pride flag today. So we will start with a brief discussion about why is June celebrated as the Pride Month. A lot of people are not aware of that. So, Shabitri, would you like to talk about that?
Sure. It's 1969, in New York. So when there was this bar, Stonewall Bar Inn, it was Stonewall Inn, and cross-dressers, gay people, lesbian people, transgenders, they used to come there and hang out. And they used to be stigmatized, and a lot of things used to happen. Police riots used to happen. But the hell broke completely loose on June 28th when a lot of people in the early morning, they were actually stigmatized. They were pulled out from in, and the riot actually happened for 5 days at a stretch. So, in honor of that day, and just to what do I say, like celebrate that freedom of consent. This day became so important in history, and after US, like all the countries around the globe, they started celebrating this day.
Right. So, can you hear me? Or is the video stopped?
Yeah, I can hear you. And I can hear myself again also.
Yeah, so there is this technical glitch. It's okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Do you have a headphone or something that you can use? Maybe.
I think let me try
So
with
yes,
that.
exactly. What as you were saying, there was Stonewall riots in 1969, and to commemorate the sacrifices made by the people in the U.S., it is now celebrated worldwide. The June is celebrated as Worldwide Pride Month. But it is not only about the LGBT community; it is also about the people who were lost to HIV and AIDS. So that's why it is called Pride Month, and as the word pride suggests, we are just being proud of what you are instead of agreeing with the societal norms, being just proud of what you are. What don't you think so? That's what it signifies.
Yeah, absolutely. And uh, it's not only about the sexuality or the gender orientation or preference. It's also about me being proud of my body hair, of my body image. You know. So when like we are living, this is 2021. We are living in a hard time. The entire world is going through a lot of undercoated development, urbanization, but somewhere, there is this whole regression. I find, rather, I think we all find in types of stereotyping and in type, in regard to labeling certain things. For example, if you look at certain indigenous population in Native America, we find, there are two-spirit people they call. And two-spirit people are actually those people, who are the shamans or the leaders of the groups who have the qualities of both masculinity and femininity in the same body.
Hmm.
So I came across this wonderful, writing. Uh, so this reporter, he is also indigenous activist.
Hmm.
What he told is that uh, two-spirit people are people. Panita. Okay, I can see you now. Yeah. Yeah, I can see you now. I can see you.
be
That happens.
inappropriate.
That happens.
So yeah, yes. So yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about the two spirit.
Right. So if the sun, if the sun is the masculine figure and the moon is the feminine figure, so
Mm-hmm.
two spirit people are the ones who, who are just like the dawn or the dusk. I mean, what a wonderful way of, like like s- specifying those people, right? It like
Yeah.
you are. There is no stigma. There is no on in the opposite side, like there is so much of, how should I tell, like uh glorifying them, it's
Hmm.
glorifying them, and they are the
Mm-hmm.
ones who were in charge of a lot of responsibilities, a
Hmm.
lot of work. They were the shamans, they were the people who used to take the decisions, the major decisions for the tribe. And I think
Hmm.
that is so beautiful, that is so important.
Hmm. Right.
So yes.
Exactly. Mhm. Right. In fact, as we were saying, as we were discussing the other day, Pride Month, although it is not only about, a lot of people think it's not a month for them, it is only about LGBT, where, okay, first of all, a lot of people are not aware of the full form of LGBT. So it is very important that you are aware of this, because they are not a part of any other world. They are a part of us. They are a part of this world. So it is important we are
Absolutely.
aware of that. So L stands for lesbian, G stands for gay, B stands for bisexual, and T for transgender. And the Q stands for questioning. All
Yeah.
these people have
So queer.
questioned for, yeah, the
Yeah.
queer also, right? So LGBT and the Pride Month is not only about that. So as
Hmm.
Monica said that, Deepayandadi is wearing so many colors, because we all are filled with so many colors, and we, only few of us choose to see only a few colors, while the other people choose to, kind of acknowledge all the colors they have. And as you were saying, two spirit, each one of us have that two spirit within us, but someone is more of dawn, someone is more of dusk, someone is more of morning, someone is more of night. And I'm saying this more so because it is very important to understand that sexual preferences or being a part or member of LGBT has is not a disease. We there are a
Absolutely.
lot there are a lot of people who have come to me and said that, my daughter or my son is homosexual, and please help to rectify the disease. No, this is not a disease. This is a part of us. It's a part of it's a psychology as well. So coming to the psychological point of view, I will come to the spiritual part a little later. So coming to the psychological point of view, there is this whole aspect of analytical psychology by Carl Jung, who talks about anima animus, which clearly mentions that each one of us have both of that present in us. So can you talk more a little bit about that?
Absolutely, Dipanita, a very vital point raised. And I think, so when we are talking about anima animus, we are actually talking about the contrasexuality, the concept of contrasexuality. So basically, the social standards, the societal norms, they prefer where, men to be more masculine and
Hmm.
females to be feminine. Whereas,
Correct.
Carl Jung argues this concept and tells directly that, uh, men, they seem to have a feminine side, which is again the
Hmm.
contrasexuality for men, and that is the
Hmm.
anima, you know,
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
the concept of femininity, and the vice
Hmm.
versa. So women have this contrasexuality among themselves, which is again the animus,
Hmm.
right? And I think the entire concept of anima and animus, they are so important, important for individuation, so individuation is like, how do I become a whole individual, you
Hmm.
know how. And the entire concept of, again, anima and animus is related so much with the psyche. And psyche
Hmm.
is not what, the contemporary science or the contemporary knowledge world looks at the soul, how they look at the soul, but it is
Hmm.
more about what animates us, like our inner force, So, so again, like, we all have that inside us. And at the
Right.
end of the day, it's about my body, right? It's about my consent. It's about
Hmm.
how I want to relate with myself, how I want to relate with the world, how I want to associate with the environment. You told a very, very vital, vital question, that there are people who come to you seeking help, and there
Hmm.
are parents who tell that there something must be wrong with my son or my daughter,
Hmm.
because he or she is not uh, like behaving in a certain way that the society wants them to behave. Now,
Correct.
now, right. Now the thing is that the society has always been made, like the role of a society in the life of an individual is to make the life of people easier,
Hmm.
right? How to take things in a structured way, in a streamlined in a streamlined manner. But
Hmm.
what we see, too much of structuring and too much of streamlining have actually have actually become the enemy of the society itself, like a snake who eats its own tail.
Hmm.
So that education, I think, so much can be done with our education system in our country.
Hmm.
uh, I remember from my childhood days that when we used to be, very young, like we used to study in class 3 or class 4, all of us used to sit together.
Hmm.
The moment we, became in class 5 or class 6, there used to be segregation, you know,
Hmm.
where students used to, like, the male students used to be separated from the female students. I mean,
Hmm.
why? The schools, like, so more than 50%, for a child, like 50% of that child's
Hmm.
lifetime is occupied in a school,
Hmm.
right? So during those school hours, when those children, they face that kind of segregation, that has an impact for the entire life of that child.
Yep.
So, right. So I think the education system also needs to be, reformed, or to be addressed in such a manner, like colors, certain colors for men, for
I
female
was
children,
just
certain
about to
colors.
say this. I was just
Yeah,
about to say this. Scooby, love you, ladies. Love to you as well. So, uh,
love
as you said,
you, Tasneem. Yeah,
education is not only in the school. It has to come from the home, the first 3 years,
absolutely.
4 years. So I'm giving a scenario which I have seen in a lot of households. I have seen a couple of things I'm going to talk about, and I'm sure a lot of people will resonate with this. First thing is, a girl will play with a doll, a male child will play with a car. If the male
Mm,
child likes to play with a doll, it becomes a huge issue. But it is the same, toy that the person cannot share toys. Like not certain specific toys are gender stereotyped. That is one thing. The second thing is, in the same household, I'm giving a real life example. In the same household, I have seen the mother dressing up the male child as a girl till the time the girl was born. Now, when she was dressing up the male child as a girl because she always wanted a girl child, the male child never resisted anything at that point of time because he was very young to understand what was happening. Now, when the female child was born, the mother was okay with the male and the female, both the child, son and daughter. But now this son grows up to be a gay. Now the mother has a problem with it. So the thing is that my dressing, my sexuality or my preferences will have to match with my mother's temperament. Why?
very
My
true.
question is why?
Very,
And this is not only one household. I've seen this happening in very many households where daughter is being dressed like a boy and a boy is being dressed like a girl, and their albums are filled with such pictures.
mm,
And when the
mm,
same thing happens when they are grown up, then it becomes a problem because that does not go according to the societal norms. And
Very
people
true.
think that they are westernization. So no, do you really think this is westernization?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. And also
Right.
certain terms like, boys cannot cry. I mean,
Yeah.
why? Why? Don't cry like a girl. Why? I mean, right. So all this kind of, like all this kind of certain behavior being associated with certain sex, not gender, because gender is such a, like, it's a complete social construct. It's a term
Mm.
that has been constructed. So
Mm.
by that sex,
Mm.
I mean, everybody can cry, and there's nothing like to be, like a girl, like a boy, nothing like that.
That, that's why when the girl, when girl feel vulnerable, those girl who are more in control of themselves, and when they feel vulnerable, often they feel that they are going out of their character. But being
Yeah,
vulnerable is actually a part of our personality. We are both weak and strong. We are both confident and not confident. We are both of it.
absolutely,
This
absolutely,
whole
yeah,
idea of yin yang, this I think
very true.
is lost somewhere in the translation of the so-called societal stuff. So Krishna is asking a question. Should LGBT history be taught in schools? Please share your thoughts. I think why only LGBT? Our school should start with sex education first. And
Absolutely,
then
absolutely.
definitely LGBT. Yes, absolutely. But before that, the people who will be teaching, they need to be aware of it. I'm 110% sure most of the people have very wrong concept about all this. So
Very true.
that's why they are keeping it away. They are throwing it away, putting things away. In
Mm.
fact, I have also seen something today. When I've shared the when I share posts or when I share posters, in Virupana, I see a lot of people commenting. Today, very surprisingly, the female population was very proud and they were sharing. I'm not sure what I don't know what psychology is going on. I'm not blaming anybody, but this is how our society is structured. A lot of people are also we seeing this silently because there are a lot of questions we have internally. We have a lot of questions, right? Um, Irina is saying, why not? LGBT history can be taught in schools. After all, everything is open to modification. Yes. What's the difference between sex and gender? I leave it to
Yeah.
Savitri to answer this
Yeah,
question.
it's actually a very good question. So, sex is basically the biological, how should I tell? Like the biology with which we are born, you know.
Mhm.
But gender is basically how you compartmentalize that biology. How you
Correct.
fit that biology to meet the standards of the society.
Mm.
So I have seen certain people, when they're filling up the forms, should I write sex? Say for example, we are preparing some application forms, or preparing any kind of, and so they have something against that word sex, but they're so comfortable with the word gender.
Mm.
Why? Right? That
Exactly. As,
I
as
mean,
as you said, yeah. The sex part is basically the biological parts with which we are born. So I can be born with a male sexual part, but gender wise, I might belong to more to a feminine side, and vice versa.
absolutely.
Vice versa. And that's why people also have in the gender right now, they also have male, female, and transgender. It is now included. And that too after
Yes,
so much of struggle by a transgender lawyer who has done in Supreme Court for a long time. So
very true.
only then it was, I still remember it was in SBI Bank. She went to open an account and then the form did not have transgender. That time she went and she fought a long drawn case in Supreme Court, and that's how transgender was included. So coming to transgender. So people, everybody thinks that all these terms means the same thing: transgender, gender dysphoria, transvesticism, gay, lesbian, everything falls under the same category. Is that true?
No, so basically, transgender is an umbrella term, you see, and under this umbrella, so trans versus, the dressers, if I talk about,
Hmm.
that also
Hmm.
falls under this whole transgender umbrella term.
Hmm.
And again, like queer, this term queer, I think it also speaks a lot about, being gender fluid.
Mm,
I it's not always necessary that I have to be, I mean, I can choose to become a male,
mm,
like my gender preference, my sexuality preference, you know,
mm,
that,
mm,
or I mean, I cannot, even if I want, I can be asexual also, right?
mm.
So I think somebody has posted, okay, Shrestha has
Shrestha,
posted a question. Yeah.
what is the question? Why is that so gay, so offensive if people don't mean anything by it? I
Yeah.
didn't understand the question actually. Wait, let me read it. Why is that so gay, so offensive if people don't mean anything by it? Right. I think first of all, this is stereotyping. This entire thing concept is stereotyping. Like that's so like a girl, that's so like a boy, you know, that's so like gay because two guys
It's
holding
leveling.
hands
It's a
made them
form
gay.
of,
It's
yeah.
labeling, yeah, putting them in boxes. And
Hmm.
as a society, not only in India, across the world, as a society, we love putting people in boxes. Like it helps us to differentiate and classify our thought processes when we put people in boxes. If I cannot fit somebody in a box, that's very threatening for me, that I cannot put them into any box. And that's because then it becomes that you are not a part of the society, you become an outcast. So
Hmm.
it is like instead of upgrading my knowledge base, I try to make the person fit into my knowledge base, and if you don't fit, you can very well walk out. So there is one more
Hmm.
question, I guess. Monica is asking,
What kind of
what?
things might a person go through who is lesbian, gay, bisexual, etc.? I think, yeah, it's a mental health oriented question. So, Dipannita, would you like to take that?
Yeah, go through as in like there. I'm just trying to understand which section of the question you're asking. Going through as in how does a person understand that they are belonging to the LGBT, or do you think that if they have understood what kind of thing they are going through from the society, which one are you asking? So if you can just clarify that a little bit, then I would be able to answer that. So in the meantime, there is one more question, I think, from Ananya. Can child abuse affect sexual orientation? How and why? And Shrek has also asked the same thing. It can. It
It is
can
possible.
actually, it is possible, but it is not that it will happen always. It's not like
Yes,
that.
yes. Yeah.
I have actually seen a particular client who was abused in the childhood. In fact, 90% of the female children have been abused in their childhood. So when they go through that abuse, and if they are being somehow they are being saved by a person who is from the same sex, they grow an affinity, and somehow they get very, they develop a kind of a aversion towards the male sex, male person, or the vice versa, in case
Yeah.
they develop an aversion towards the opposite sex. So in that case they feel more comfortable with that. But not all childhood sexual case will lead to
No.
turning the person's sexual preference. No, it will not. But it does have an, in fact, childhood abuse more than sexual preferences, the only thing it does is trauma. It has a long
Hmm.
standing trauma on the person, and
Absolutely.
that is
Absolutely.
Savitri's department, trauma.
Oh my God.
We are
No.
just passing the ball through the court.
Yeah.
Acha, Monica is saying in both aspects. So maybe you can answer the first part of the question. I will answer the second part. Then how will a person understand if the person is a lesbian or a gay or a bisexual? How will they understand? You can answer that.
I think, yeah. So basically, I will always, understand that when I, just like you shared that, certain affinities towards certain people, and, irrespective of any sex or any gender, or maybe, like, like specific to some sex or gender, if I consider gender as the right term. So, yeah, that is very much possible in terms of, so, like sense of comfort, number one,
Hmm.
sense of exploration. And see, again, like coming to our topic of the day, like love has no labels. So,
Yes.
I don't find that labeling,
Hmm.
right? At the end of the day, we are all human beings.
Hmm.
So it's about, how I feel for a different human being. So it's just
Correct.
the same. It's nothing different than how I feel for my boyfriend, or how a boy feels for a girl, or how I feel for my girlfriend. Like it's the same thing.
Hmm.
Right. So it's more about exploring that relationship. It's nothing unique that a person who is a gay or a lesbian, that person feels in a particular manner. It's
Hmm.
it's
Hmm.
just it's just the same, and I think that is where inclusion comes into place,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm. Absolutely. Because emotion has no gender, emotion has
Hmm.
no sex, emotion is just emotion. You might feel for
Absolutely.
somebody, and at that time, if you just stop thinking that it's because he's a gay or a guy or he's a girl, then that's a very sad state. Because if a girl is allowed or a guy is allowed to feel like that for the opposite gender, why is it not allowed for the same gender? So, okay. First, I'll just answer Monica's question completely. Then we'll move to Trisha's next question. So that is one major thing. And as you were saying, love has no labels. And answering that question also, will childhood abuse always lead to sexual orientation change? The answer is no. I have also seen people who have always known themselves as, quote unquote straight. I don't know what is so curved about being lesbian and gay, but quote unquote straight. So suddenly, after 20, 25 years, they discover that they also feel some different way towards a woman. I have seen that happening with many girls. I have seen that happening with so many girls in throughout this, whatever years I'm on this planet. That because we are socially conditioned to fall in love or to like somebody of the opposite sex, and you agree to that, and then suddenly one fine day you discover things are not matching with what you have been taught for such a long time. So yes, that happens, and that has nothing to do with abuse. That is just to do with how you feel about the other person. That is it. And you can be bisexual as well. You might just like both of them. So that's absolutely
Yeah.
okay. Why you might like
Yeah.
both of them? Because you might just like few things about a man and you might like few things about a woman. That makes you have equal affinity towards both the sex, which is absolutely okay. To be very honest, 90% of the people are bisexual. And we just do not realize this because we have never given ourselves a chance to explore. I'm not asking people to go ahead and explore from today, but I'm just saying that psychology says that 90% of the people are bisexual, and if they have no other option left on this planet, they will probably realize that they have this bisexual potential. So answering Monica's second question, how do the society treat them? um, the very sad state, the society still does not accept LGBT, and no matter how progressive the society considers itself to be, people are still being stigmatized for belonging to the LGBT. There is a reason why they have rainbow, because that means that we all of the seven colors can be together also. You don't need to be one color, you can be all of them. So that's where this thing is there, but unfortunately the society does not accept it much. Forget society, a lot of people do not even have acceptance and acknowledgement from themselves. They don't want to acknowledge that they have this feeling towards the same sex. Self acknowledgement is also missing because of the fear that they have, the fear of being outcasted. So yeah, what is Shresha's question? Long question she's typing. What's the difference between sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression? I know it's a huge topic, but still throw some light between them. Okay, all right. First, answering this, you would like to answer, Kabit?
Yeah, sure. So,
Hmm.
sexual identity and sexual orientation is like sometimes, taken as the same meaning. So, sexual
Hmm.
identity is basically how like how I relate my identity.
Hmm.
How do I
Hmm.
see myself?
Hmm.
Whereas gender, what was it? Gender identity. What
Gender,
was the
sexual orientation, gender identity, and gender expression.
Yeah. So, gender identity once again is that how I am identified as a gender, again fitting into the norms of the society. So
Hmm.
that is gender identity. So like, and gender expression again follows gender identity. So I am a woman, and I have certain expressions. I should have, I must
Hmm.
have, I ought to have certain expressions.
Hmm.
Whereas sexual identity is what I choose to be, my choice. Consent is everything. So consent is the main thing for sexual identity. How I relate to, how do I identify, whom do I identify with?
Hmm. Hmm. Right, exactly. So if I might be sexually oriented towards, sexual orientation can be for the same sex, but gender-wise, I identify towards my own sex with which I was born.
Yes.
So not necessarily that if I am a lesbian, my gender identity is different, or if I am a gay, my gender identity is different. It is almost like a lot of people think that Bengali Brahmins eat fish thinking it is a vegetable. No, they don't. So it is not like that. The whole thing is sexual orientation, as Savitri said, that it is about whom do you connect with. And gender identity is whether you identify as a male or a female, or both, or you feel. And here comes another important term is gender dysphoria. So gender dysphoria, Savitri, if you can talk about that.
So basically, I don't know. I have something against this term, gender dysphoria. I also came against ge- uh, s- gender disorder, something like that.
Gender identity disorder. Remember in the
Gender
book it was
identity
mentioned.
disorder. And that was a part of our curriculum. I remember that evening, like you remember, Dipanita,
Mm.
we were talking about it. I'm like, what is gender identity disorder? I mean, how can they even, put this in a syllabus? I'm so sorry if somebody from from our university
From
is
the
actually.
university. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
how is that possible? Like, how can you associate this word disorder with something so intrinsic, something so so much fundamental to all our lives, like sex? And how can you just like, so yes, gender dysphoria is basically certain things that, like, how the society, again, like the clash, how I look at it, and how the society wants me to behave according to the gender, and how these two things are clashing.
Mm, exactly. Right. So gender dysphoria, a lot of people have used the term gender dysphoria against the gender identity disorder. First, it's not even a disorder. So the problem is also in the curriculum. No matter how much you want to educate people, people will put the wrong terms in the education also. That's where the problem
Yeah.
starts. And yes, so gender dysphoria, so there are a lot of terms included in gender dysphoria. It basically means people we are talking, we don't even know the pain of a person who is gender dysphoric. The person feels trapped inside the body. They feel that feeling of, when you are in behind
Association.
the bars. Yeah, behind the
Yeah.
bars, it feels like that I'm born like this. My soul is like that of a woman, or I'm born like this. My soul is that like of a man. And it is a very weird feeling to be trapped in your own body, that you don't associate yourself with your body. That's not a disorder. That's how it is. So yeah, that is gender dysphoria. So Ananya is asking another question: are bisexuals cyclically swing between the two? No, not necessarily. Do they cyclically swing between the two? The answer is no. They will only swing between the two when you're trying to repress one side of yours over the other. If you don't repress, if you are acknowledging both the sides, you will not cyclically swing. You will see, it does not, the gay person does not, jump over every guy. The lesbian does not jump over
Exactly.
every girl. Similarly, if you're a bisexual, you will not jump over every guy and every girl. It will just with
Absolutely.
whom you feel that connect. So no, it's not
Yeah.
cyclical swing unless you want to kind of repress. Monica says, thank you. Says, this is true. Most of the people don't even know that term. Yeah, that's true. Most of the people don't even know that term. So, so love has no labels. Yes, love actually has no labels because emotions does not have a label. And no matter how much we talk about this, people will still behave in weird ways. People will still force people to go through a lot of things that they should not be going through. And the biggest of the industry, our Tollywood industry or Bollywood industry, there are a lot of gender dysphoric people who will come there, who tries to work there, but then they are asked that if they can provide any favor, then only they will be provided with any work. So the
Yeah.
thing is, this is very sad state,
Hmm.
and
It is.
this this leads them to major depression. This leads them to even think about suicide.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
so this has
And
happened. I have.
the struggle is so real because most of the families, I mean, I consider like those people who get that support from their homes,
Yes.
they are really very lucky, but most of them, most of us, who are like going through a change or going through some uh, like this journey of the journey of a transgender, or maybe trying to figure out my own sexual identity, you know it's really a challenge for such people because the struggle is everywhere. The struggle is at home, among my
Mm,
friends, the
mm,
struggle is at my workplace, everywhere.
mm,
So
mm.
it's really very very painful for them. And still, I salute those people. And I'm so proud of those people. And like a lot of people are actually coming out from that zone nowadays.
Hmm.
Like so many movements are happening, worldwide. I think people are
Mhm.
actually coming out from that zone. People are actually trying to, voice out their sexual identity, their sexual preferences. And I think that's beautiful. At the end of the day, this is my body, this is my
Hmm.
consent, right? Like
Right.
this is my journey, and I select it. I, only me, nobody else, nobody else. So
Mhm.
yes.
Because I'm not, so just the thing that we tell in Bengali, আমি কারোর খাইও না পড়িও না. So it's better.
So true.
So just follow what your heart says, and it's very important to be true to yourself because otherwise you will feel trapped, and
Very true.
feeling the feeling of trap is horrible. So don't
Hmm.
feel
Hmm.
trapped, right?
Yeah.
So any last minute thing you would like to tell our audiences?
Yeah, I would also like to tell, many people are sometimes confused, and they
Hmm.
try to explore. And
Hmm.
then, they either feel that, they associate with with maybe with the LGBTQ,
Hmm. Hmm.
people, or maybe, heteronormative people. And I think that is
Hmm.
also fine, you know,
Hmm.
because at the end of the day, exploration leads to experiences, that leads to
Hmm.
awareness. And I think
Hmm.
keep exploring, guys. Like, let's explore, because that is the beauty of life, right? There is nothing
Hmm.
like, so suddenly one morning I wake up and I find that, I can, it's highly possible that I'm lesbian, or I think I'm queer. I mean, if somebody has thought that, let's try to explore, let's try to understand, let's is it true? Because if something has clicked inside, there might be a cause, there might be a reason, or there might not be any reason also.
Hmm.
But let's not stop ourselves from exploring that freedom, because at the end of the day, again, like sexual preferences, they are very individualistic, like it
Right.
is my own thing. And if I want to explore that, nobody has that, nobody can take that away from me. It's my own thing,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
That is
Absolutely.
very important.
Hmm. Just listen to your body, listen to your heart, listen to your mind, and I think you will get a
Absolutely.
lot of answers. It will be difficult. Definitely, it might be difficult. The journey might be difficult because we are all being afraid of the society. But at the end of the
Hmm.
day, we only create the society. So
Absolutely.
so you have to start the movement. Start one. There is this one thing one person with courage is a revolution. So
Absolutely.
this is something which I believe in. So be revolutionary. Don't don't try to do anything just because we have said. But if you feel something, do not try to repress it, because it will come out
Absolutely.
in weird ways. It will come out.
Yeah.
It will hamper your personality in different ways. Just be
Hmm.
honest with what you are. So yes,
And be
I think
aware.
we are.
Be aware.
Yeah,
Yes.
absolutely being aware. So we are towards the end, and just telling our audiences, 8:30 p.m. I'm again going live with one person who is a part of LGBT Queer Pride, and she is going to discuss her journey of the rainbow journey. So please connect with us in FB at 8:30 p.m. And thank you so much, Savitri, for your time. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you
This
for
is just
having
one
me
live.
here. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, Dipannita.
I hope that this particular live goes to a lot of other audiences, and those who have any kind of dilemma, that also gets a little bit clarified to what we tried. So thank you so much, everyone, and see you in 10
Thank you,
minutes.
everybody.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Take care and queer and pride.
Queer and pride. Yes.